when I was getting shot at, had a little boy in my hand running full speed down the hill, and I had to like bring him to cover, and I had to move a lady out the way, and the bullets fragments smacking the wall. I was like in shock.
Now that was a young man named Sean. He was describing the day that he got shot. Just a child trying to save a child himself. Now, later, he turned to the Hartford-based Compass Youth Collaborative. That's a nonprofit organization supporting high-risk youth in Connecticut's capital city. The Hartford region is home to one of the largest wealth gaps in the country. Now, right now, we're happy to have its CEO, Jacquelyn Santiago Nazario, and team leader Diego Lopez joining us here on the program. Thank you both so much for being with us.
Absolutely, our pleasure to be here.
Now, we just heard from Sean describing that moment where he had to run away from a situation with a child, and as I mentioned, he's just a child himself. And Sean is just one of many people in the Hartford area that Compass has helped get out of these bad situations and completely change their lives, right?
Absolutely. And so, I'm sitting here with Diego, who I consider a hero, one of many peace builders that are in the community reaching out to those youth who are in high-risk situations. And when we say high risk, we're meaning the situations that they're living in. They're living in poverty, affected by trauma, and lack of resources. And so when a peace builder reaches out to these youth in the community, they're reaching out to them in their darkest times, in times when they have no one else, no other resources. And peace builders go out there, no matter whether it's 10 a.m. or 10 p.m., they're out there as a resource to youth and ambassadors of peace, offering them mentorship, offering them connection to school, employment, and just skills that they need in order to self-regulate and make better choices in life.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of these young people are involved in gangs, and Diego, that's especially important for folks to know. And it's especially important for folks to know how difficult it is to leave that situation if they're deeply involved in a gang.
For me, I came from the gang environment back in the 90s, and I was able to through Compass, change my life, and now I'm able to give back, and as like I said, like for me, I'm using my second chance to give these young men their first chance. It's important that we break the cycle of violence, that we help them understand that there's a different way, that violence shouldn't be their first alternative, and we're just out here, man, just trying to, teach them how to love and just giving them a caring adult.
Mm-hmm. And Jacquelyn, talk about all the resources that are available for these young people.
Absolutely. From the time we're out in the community and we're interrupting incidences of violence, they get a peace builder, one caring adult that is with them from the time they are in the program. Additionally, all of our peace builders are trained in cognitive behavioral theory. That's an opportunity to pause and think about what your actions will be prior to doing something. We are connecting them to social workers in order to really work through their trauma and some issues that they might have in life. But we're also making sure that they get their education, connecting them back to traditional education or non-traditional opportunities, making sure they're connected to licensure, work opportunities, but more importantly than actual work skills, it's an opportunity to develop those soft skills that are so critical in them learning a pathway forward in life. So they're doing all of those things. We have transportation, but more importantly than anything, we're providing for their basic needs and providing them an opportunity to feel safe. Mm-hmm. And many of our kids don't feel that.
Mm-hmm. And Diego, having been through that transformation yourself, I'm sure that really helps these young people see what you have done, how far you have come, and what they can be as well.
Yes. For me personally, even being a gunshot victim, helps me relate to them, connect to them in a way that a lot of people can't. They know that I've been through it. They understand it. So it just kind of helps me connect to that population that is pretty difficult for a lot of organizations out here to connect with.
Mm-hmm. And I think, you know, he's a testimony of what can happen.
Absolutely.
If Diego can change his life, then I have a shot too, because this is not just anyone who's reading it from a textbook. He's
Right.
lived this life. He's just like me, and he can change his life, so can I.
He's an inspiration to so many young
Absolutely.
people. Now, Jacquelyn, there's a special ribbon cutting happening on Friday. Let us all know about that for folks who want to come as well.
Absolutely. We do have limited opportunities for people, but we do want to offer people to come year-round to see our program. We have just moved to a new location in the south end of Hartford, and we are so happy to offer youth a new space to be able to do their life skills classes, to be able to connect with a peace builder, and so that will be happening tomorrow at Ledyard Street.
Oh, that's great news.
Yeah.
And real quick before you go, just a quick update on how Sean is doing. We heard from him earlier. I have to imagine he's doing much better.
Sean is working now. He's currently going to Capital Community College.
That's great.
You know, he's still living in Hartford, so you know his circumstances are still tough,
Difficult, yeah.
and difficult. But he's overcoming his challenges.
He has made a huge change.
Yes, ma'am.
Great to hear. Great to hear. Diego, Jacquelyn, thanks so much
Thank you
for
so
being
much.
with us. We do
Appreciate
appreciate it.
it.
And congratulations on the new ribbon cutting.
Thank you so much.
That's great. And hope